everyone. Welcome to Sip
and Sparkle
Sunday.
Yes.
So my guest today is the beautiful Nicole Heinrich.
Thank you.
Well, why don't you share for our viewers what it is that you do, and we'll just go from there.
I have been very passionate and enjoying teaching aromatherapy for a little over 4.5 years now, I think going on 5. Super passionate about it. I love it. So teaching how to use aromatherapy in every way possible to benefit your natural health solutions and find emotional benefits as well as physical to support your body naturally. And there's so much that goes into it, but it's that's basically what I do. And
would love for you to share a little bit about how you got into this.
Okay. Well, I actually got started back going to college. I actually went to college for pharmacy school and went through pharmacology for 6 years. And I worked in a pharmacy for several, interned, did the whole thing. Wasn't quite my cup of tea as a young person. It was a little, not what I expected, a little boring. And so I kind of joined some friends in at Nordstrom. I ended up working at Nordstrom, getting myself through college and, off and on. And I kind of just continued with that, where I met my husband. And so fast forwarding, I just, had kids, did the whole kid thing. Then at about 39 years old, so almost 8 years ago, my husband had a heart attack and our kids were really little. And we were just going through, he made it, he had a stent put in, he survived. I kind of leave that out when I tell the story. I'm like, yes, he survived.
Yes, he did. Thankfully. Yes, we love you, Adam, and we're glad you're here.
Somebody said, I've told this whole story the last time. They're like, did he live? Yes. And so what happened is, after you have a heart attack, you go through a lot of changes, eating and nutrition and trying to figure out, where did we go wrong? And, he was so young. So we had little kids. And in the midst of all that, nothing was really working. Not much had changed, although he had a stent, he was alive. The symptoms hadn't changed. And so we were actually on vacation with a good friend of mine in Montana, and she introduced me to, this oily stuff, as we called it. And she didn't even want to tell me. She's like, you'll think it's weird. And I get all sorts of names, hocus pocus, witchcraft, I don't know, what else did they call me?
That new age stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And so she was really hesitant to show me. But by the time that we left, that whole vacation at the very end, I mean, and I had oils shipped into my house. We had gone through the whole gamut. And I, from then on, long story short, completely dove headfirst into what is this and what does it mean? Because it all made so much sense from my curiosity and my passion growing up was chemistry. My grandpa owned a pharmacy. I loved all of that. So it really just fell right into something that I loved, and it just worked out great. I started using it right away, helped my kids, myself, my husband, like immediately. And so I'm like, man,
it works. It really does. Yes.
People need this. Why do not more people know about that? How come I wasn't taught this in school?
Exactly.
And so just because I really 100% believe everybody needs this for so many reasons, but mostly emotional support. I mean, 86% of our health problems are, can be related to stress and emotions and negative feelings. And so when you manage that, I mean, aromatherapy is beautiful. There's really not much else out there that you can use. We talked about just a few minutes ago, massage, chiropractic, exercise, nutrition. And then other than that, naturally and healthy, there's nothing else to do or take or to support yourself in that manner. And so I 100% believe in it. There's so much scientific data for thousands of years. It's not even a question. It's
the whole healthcare industry is changing so much, and people are more and more concerned just about overall health and wellness as they age.
Yes,
absolutely. And to be able to age gracefully and not be on a ton of medication is huge.
It's huge. And that whole industry, I mean, it's really changing dramatically, where people are moving towards this naturally, automatically because of expenses and the way that it can support you. And it is just a place to start first.
Right.
And I'm not ever going to say there's not a time and a place for, Western medicine, because there is. Obviously, my husband has a stent in his heart. Right. There's definitely a time and place for everything, but starting with this as your first go-to in your your home and treat your families. One of the beautiful things I first learned when I started doing this, I actually met 2 Australians, and it was very interesting to talk to them, in their cute little accents, that they had been doing this forever. They just grew up using, oils were in their home. It wasn't, something crazy, or there was no faux pas to it. It was just, that's what they used first. And I think you'll find that in a lot of other countries, and I think we're a little bit behind the curve on that this should be your go-to.
Share just some of the common, I don't want to say ailments, I guess they're ailments, that oils can be beneficial in relieving.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, one, definitely aromatherapy with emotions and stress. They're very calming, soothing, uplifting. They really help you get through a lot of emotional struggles that people deal with all the time. Like, you're on Facebook right now. You can go through Facebook and you can see, people had all sorts of trauma in their lives for various reasons, and having something to support you literally chemically that lifts you up emotionally, because they work on a molecular level. They work instantly, through your sense of smell in your brain and in your bloodstream instantly. There's no, going through the digestive system and having to process. It's all instant. So aromatherapy, even just cleaning the air in your home, probably that's the number 2 thing, is building your immunity, so you just get sick less. And you do that also with aromatherapy topically and internally, and your body it's just foods that your body needs more of, antioxidative. There's so much oxidation, antibacterial stuff. When you start taking those oils internally, you just, slough off all the bad, kill off all the bad, and keep the good and build a healthier body. So immunity is probably number 1. And then more specifically, headaches and a lot of words I can't say, but digestive discomfort,
right?
Seasonal discomfort, where you might sneeze. That time of year comes around where you get the crud and you get the C and the F word. All those words I'm not supposed to be saying.
Right.
So those are, ailments, everyday stuff that you deal with. You get up and, your back might hurt. Like Lisa's back's hurting today. You have some things to rub on that reduce inflammation, help with, spasming muscles. I mean, it's literally something that you can use every day.
Well, I swear by them, going through the whole menopause thing, ladies, not so fun. And I used to be such a great sleeper, and sleeping now is just so challenging, and they really help me get to sleep. Sometimes I still wake up, but if I'm slathering, oils on, it really makes a difference. And I did a little test thinking, so I was using them for a while, and then I said, I'm not going to diffuse them. I'm just going to not use them for a while and see, am I sleeping to get worse? It was harder for me to get to sleep.
Interesting.
So it worked. And then the whole allergy thing, I'll say it, because I'm not a medical professional, but it really helps. So what is your website if people want to learn more about it?
Absolutely. My website is pureoillife.com. And so my company is Pure Oil Life, and helping with aromatherapy, wellness, nutrition. I do applications and things like that. So then my website to purchase from is mydoterra.com, and then Pure Oil Life. And then my website, Pure Oil Life, is probably more of a blogging, informational website that you can go to and get more answers and questions on kind of more applications than we're allowed to say through the other.
Right. No, I get
Thanks to our government. But
why don't you share a little bit about your other business?
Well, so through this journey, helping people with their wellness and trying to help them detox. So detoxing is a huge part of, going through what you're doing, going through using oils. And so you're detoxing your body, you're cleansing it, trying to keep all the bad away. Well, through that journey, I happened to be introduced to Scout and Cellar through another good friend, and went through the whole training on learning about wine. And so just like many industries, there's just all sorts of different grades. The oil industry, wine, jewelry, diamonds, doesn't matter. There's all sorts of different levels. And what I learned, long story short, is a lot of mass-produced wine contains a lot of chemicals, synthetics, dyes and pesticides, like preservatives, and it was really scary what I learned. And so I was like, oh my gosh, light bulb went off that I'm helping all these people try to detox their lives, improve their symptoms. Digestion's a big one, and yet we're glugging down at night and putting it all back in. it really makes sense to try to, if you're detoxing your life and you're trying to move into that wellness preventative category, so it makes sense to drink a cleaner wine, and that's what this company does. Scout and Cellar, she searches the globe for small crafted vineyards that produce wine basically, in essence, the old-fashioned way, without the chemicals, organically, one, but then processed also organically is the big kind of key thing. So it really matters what you drink. It matters everything you put in your body. It matters if you drink a Coke or you drink water. I mean, it's the same. So wine. And so it was funny. So your good friend Sherry, she came to me one day and she's like, I don't get it. Like, why do you know how Sherry, she's so cute. And she was like, I don't get it. Why do you selling, these healthy oils and then you're selling wine? And like, good point. It was a very good point. And I'm like, yes, actually, I should probably tell more people, like, this goes hand in hand. I'm not saying use oils and then be a wino. That's not what I said.
And then you'll use more oils.
And then you'll use more oils. Like, no. It's the exact opposite. So,
right.
As in, a lot of things I've learned with age is things aren't always as they appear.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of research and education that goes into understanding. So it's just another derivative of that. So I pursue it with the people that I work closely with. If you drink wine, I try to, expose you to a cleaner, healthier wine, which is the reason for Pure Oil Life. I have a few other things in my location. I have a spa in Adriatica that also help detox other areas of your life as well. So it's about oils, but it's about everything.
Yeah, your whole body, your whole life. Yes. So that's so awesome. Yeah. And would you share your Scout and Cellar website?
Oh yes, so it's same. It's just scoutandcellar.com, and then my tag is Clean Organic Wines. And so it's scoutandcellar.com/clean organic wines.
Perfect.
And you can get, they're all new wines based on harvest. So it's kind of fun because there's new stuff all the time. And it's not about getting stuck on a label.
Right.
As, kind of some other things are. But you get stuck on that it's clean and you can trust that. You can totally taste the difference. It's incredible. So.
Awesome. Yeah, you can. It is. It's really, really good wine. And I'm kind of a wine snob, as most of you know. And it's really good wine. She has such a huge heart, y'all. I mean, she just is really focused on helping people and helping them feel better and educating. And it's all about you and not her. She has a huge servant's heart. And I am very blessed to call you my friend.
Oh,
so thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed this. And until next Sunday, may you sip and sparkle. Yeah. Have a great day.